Okay, so now you're getting sort of familiar with the Cake Ninja. You know how to use your costing master, and now what you're going to be needing to do before you really can do any costing is to figure out your individual costs for each recipe. So this is where all your ingredient costs are going to be located, and it's on the individual recipe cost tab, which is blue. And so this is my actual spreadsheet, and I've already put a bunch of mine in there. So this comes preloaded with almost all the ingredients that cakers use. There's probably some things that you use that are not on there, and I'll show you how to add those. So let's go ahead and just do that. So let's say you want to add something that starts with a B, okay? So you're going to add something called bubbles. I have no idea what bubbles is, but you're going to add it here. So you're going to find where you want it to go. And I think we probably would put it right here. So you're going to double click. Click with 2 fingers on your Mac or right click on your PC, and this will come up, and you'll insert one above or one below, whichever you like. Okay, so now you've got a nice open space there. So we're going to put bubbles here. And you bought some bubbles for $3.99, and you got 30 bubbles. Okay. So that was an each kind of a thing. So what this will be then is you're going to insert a note to yourself, and you'll go up to the top, insert a note, and you will type insert the number of bubbles this cake will need. Okay, so then you can tell yourself, okay, that's what I'm going to do. Now, this one right here, you're going to, since it's an each kind of a thing, like an egg, let's say, you're going to put an equal sign to make it a formula. You're going to take the price, just click on that, and you'll see up here that that cell comes up. You're going to take a price. You're going to put a slash there, which means divide by the number that you got, and then you'll do return. So that's telling us that those bubbles were 13 cents a piece, and you need 5 bubbles for that cake. And so now this you have to also put a formula in. You're going to put equals. And then you'll put caps in caps, if, error, then a parentheses. Then you're going to put this cell, okay, which is, this cell, which is F25, times this cell, which is H25, and then close the parentheses. So this is your formula that you need that will then calculate this, okay? Okay. Now the reason I put if error is because if it ends up being a 0, which it will be because you won't use bubbles in every cake, if you're not entering anything for bubbles, then this will come up, and you don't want that. You'll get a value error. So let's take care of that. So if you want to put bubbles as an option for every cake, you're going to highlight that, Command C on a Mac, or right click copy on a PC. So you've got this highlighted area copied. Go to your next cell, Command V or paste. Okay, and then just take that 5 away so that it doesn't copy into every cell. And then copy this one, Command C or right click copy. Go here, Command V, Command V, Command V. You're just copying into each of those spaces, and you go all the way to the end. So you probably don't need to do that for every cake if it's something that you're not going to use on every cake. So I'm going to delete that because that was just to show you. But let's say it's something that you could use on every cake. So let's delete that row. And let's say it's something that you want to add a cake emulsion. So we'll do one below, right? So you're going to add cake emulsion. What's that one that everybody loves? Is it called cake batter? Okay, I've already got that up there. But let's say you're adding another cake emulsion that you're going to use conceivably a lot, right? So you're adding this one. It cost you $7, and you got 113 grams. Now, since you're putting it, it's also 118 milliliters. Since you're doing something that's exactly like the one on top, you can just highlight this one, drag it down, and that will drag that formula down, and then you'll get a price for that. You can also do the same thing here. If it's very similar and it has the same conversions, just copy the one in front of it, on top of it, pull it down. See that little cross that I'm using to pull down? So then what that did is that copied the thing that was in this cell into this cell. It copied this formula into that formula. So now you can just copy this, Command C, or right-click copy, and then put it here to paste it. Command V or right-click paste, put it here, paste it, and you can paste it on each and every one of your cake recipes or frosting recipes or whatever it is, okay? So that's pretty easy to add those once you've done one or two. So if you need to just stop the video and do it one by one piece by one piece, go ahead and do that. If you just can't figure it out, please email me. I'll either do it for you on your spreadsheet or I can help you figure it out how to do it yourself. So I'm going to delete that because I don't want that in there. Okay, so what you're going to then do is take each of the things that you have on your recipes and ingredients lists, put your prices in, put your number of grams in. Don't worry about this, it calculates on its own. If it's milliliters, put milliliters. All of this is already taken care of for you. All you've got to do is actually put in how much you need for that particular recipe. Then, as we're using things that are not related to food, you probably want to include that as a cost because most cakes, for me at least, I use parchment paper to line each and every one of my pans. I use saran wrap if I'm going to be saving it for the next day or freezing it. So this will tell you how to calculate saran wrap, dish soap, sanitizer, parchment paper, paper towels per cake or per recipe. Over here I have a vendor's list so that you can say to yourself, okay, Sam's Club is where I got the sanitizer for the best price. Or you can even put a link in there if you want to, or you can just leave your links over here. And let me tell you how to change a link now. So let's say that you get your cinnamon. I got mine from Big Lots last time. But let's say that you found some cinnamon that you really like, it's special, and you make a lot of cinnamon things, so you want to get this special cinnamon. So what you'll do is you'll edit this link so that you always know where did you get your cinnamon from, and you like them because they're fast and the price is reliable, so you just want to make sure you have that link right there always when you need it. So what you'll do is you'll highlight that. You'll go up to, actually you can click it twice, click it with 2 fingers. Or right-click on a PC, edit link. So this is my link right now. What you'll do is copy and paste your link from the website that you have it on, and then apply. This is the time also to change anything that you might want the text to read differently. So then you're going to click apply, and your new link will be in there so that when you go here, instead of going to my Amazon, it'll go to the link that you put in there. And I really like this because I forget where I buy things, and sometimes I change where I buy things. So I want to always keep up to date. Where was that place that I really liked that specific thing? Sugar Geeks or Global Sugar Art or something like that. So anyway, that's how you're going to do each of your individual recipes. What I do is I did 1 to 25 were my cakes, and 26 to about 40 are my, let's see, I started 26 on my frostings, and then about 40, I then started at the back and started putting things on that were sort of miscellaneous. Rice Krispie treats, I make a lot of fat bombs, my ganache, my lemon curd, any filling. So I'm going to start filling in this direction as I add more recipes. So you can see that as I have all my recipes in here, all their prices have calculated because I've done each of the ingredients for each one. So now that these are in here, this number here is going to automatically pop up on my costing master. So let me go back to the costing master. So you can see here, down on the bottom right, I have all these costs in one place, in one chart. So this number here is what I just showed you on the other sheet. It came up on its own. So let's say the cost of a vanilla goes up and you update it. Well, it's going to update over there, and then it's going to update here. You don't have to do anything. So as you add things, so let's say that you add 3 more recipes of frosting down to this list, they will automatically pop up, the name, the number, and the price. So this is all here for your reference, but you don't have to fill any of that in. This came in automatically, which is really cool, from your individual recipe costs. So like I said, if your cost of, let's say, almond extract tripled, and you change it here, it's going to change for every one of these recipes automatically. Nothing that you have to do on your own. Then that will change this number automatically, and it will change the number on your costing master automatically. So one last thing is if you have more than 50 recipes, you can easily add as many more as you'd like, and I'm going to make another tutorial for that so that you don't have to go through all this to hear that one little piece of information. And it takes a little bit of time to explain. So I'm going to make another tutorial for adding more recipes so you can have 51, 52, and so on. So thank you. I'll see you in the next tutorial.